Hello everybody, this is Steph and welcome back to Steph's Movies and Music. I'm back with another album review for you guys. This time we're going to cover one of my all-time favorite artists. In the near future we will be pumping these things out because there's a lot of albums coming out by, of course, older artists because that's all I freaking listen to. So there's a lot of that coming out this year, and especially in the next few months. This next one is not a new one. It's actually about 5 years old, which is probably about as far back as I plan on going for now anyway. So anyway, in collaboration of me having red hair now, I am deciding, executive decision, to review a Cyndi Lauper album. So this is the Cyndi Lauper album we will be reviewing. It's called Detour, and I'm obviously going to tell you all about it. I decided to do this. It would just be appropriate, because I dyed my hair red, and then, well, I had a friend do it, but like Cyndi always has Cyndi always has red hair and pink hair and all that stuff. So I was like, what not? I have something in common with her now, so I might as well review her album. I don't know, it's kind of dumb. It's just an excuse, really. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into the actual album overview. Originally, I was going to choose an older Cyndi Lauper album to review, but I figured most people already know about the old school Cyndi Lauper, so I'll talk about the new Cyndi instead. So, onto the album overview itself. The album Detour by Cyndi Lauper was released on May 2nd of 2016, and it is also Cyndi's 11th studio album. And for this album, Cyndi decides to dabble in the Western country genre, which is unlike anything she's ever really done in any of her previous albums. At first, she was like new wave all the way. Her first album was She's So Unusual, which was like Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Money Changes Everything, All Through the Night, Time After Time, all those classics. She Bop, yeah, new wave all the way. So, and then of course True Colors, which had True Colors and Change of Heart. Still kind of new wave, and then for the most part throughout the 80s she was pretty much new wave all the way. And then pop, and then she did a blues album. Now she's doing country, so anyway, as far as reception goes, the album peaked at number 29 on the Billboard 200, which is the album chart counterpart of the Billboard Hot 100. So basically, Billboard Hot 100 is for songs, individual songs, and the US Billboard 200 is for like entire albums. Anyway, there were two singles released from this album, Funnel of Love and Hard Candy Christmas, both of which are covers, just like, surprise, all the tracks on this album are actually covers of older country songs from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, which is pretty cool. Depending on how old you are, this might actually take you back quite a bit, because even if you aren't into older country songs, you might know a couple of these, like, surprisingly, By the way, Hard Candy Christmas charted at number 27 on the US Adult Contemporary chart, and Funnel of Love, sadly, failed to chart altogether. That said, let's move on to the review portion of the video. As usual, we'll start with the singles in order of which they were released. Of course, there's only two. The first of which is Hard Candy Christmas, which was released as a single in 2015.
Hey, maybe I'll dye my hair. Maybe I'll move somewhere. Maybe I'll get a car. Maybe I'll drive so far that I'll lose track. Me, I'll bounce right back. Maybe I'll sleep real late. Maybe I'll lose some weight. Maybe I'll clear my junk. Maybe I'll just get drunk on apple wine. Me, I'll be just fine and dandy. Lord, it's like a hard candy Christmas. I'm barely getting through.
Christmas a lot. And I really don't even like country music anymore. That's the thing. I should tell you that. Full disclaimer, I'm not a big country music guy anymore. I used to be. My first concert was a Jason Aldean concert. What I'm telling you is that I used to be heavily into country at from like the age of like, I want to say maybe we'll say 6 or 7 to 12 or 13. And then I went into pop for a little bit, and then I went into rock, and then more rock, then classic rock, and yeah. So, quite the change, I know, but... And I'm sorry for this camera flickering and being not good. So, anyway, as I was saying, before I so rudely interrupted myself, I like Hard Candy Christmas a lot, and I really don't even like country music much anymore. But I like Cyndi's cover of this song, and I should mention that Alison Krauss is featured on this song. Like I said, I like the song a fair amount. It's kind of hard to explain it though, which is probably a trend that you'll see with the rest of the songs that I choose to go over to review. Because if you think about it, it's Cyndi effing Lauper singing country music. So it's like the unthinkable, almost. And so even after you wrap your head around that, it's still kind of unclear on how to explain these damn songs. But I'll put it to you this way. In this case, with Hard Candy Christmas, it's basically Cyndi hitting some fairly high notes, which, I mean, it's Cyndi Lauper, so she does that a lot with almost any song that's hers or that has to do with her. So she does that often. And she kills it every time, as well as singing kind of slow, just like how the country western songs were like back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Apart from the vocals, though, the music pretty much sounds the same as it would in any of those songs back then. Any of the country songs back then. As far as how the instruments sound, and, you know, you get the idea. So, in other words, the songs on this album mostly consist of Cyndi's normal singing, just a little less upbeat. You know, it's not like, you know, Money Changes Everything in here. It's a few steps down from that. But it consists of that and regular background country music, which is a little weird for me, at least at first, for me to, like, not comprehend, but, like, hear, I guess, to be simple. But that does not mean it's a complete turn-off. I don't know why I use that word. Turn-off for me. Like a music turn-off. I don't know how to explain that. It's weird. I'm weird. I don't know. I'm not making love to the music. Okay. I know I just went a little off the wagon, obviously. But the point is, I do think Hard Candy Christmas by Cyndi Lauper is a good rendition of the original Dolly Parton song. Moving on to Funnel of Love, the second single from the Detour album, released in 2016, as well as the album. Now, Funnel of Love, I have mixed feelings about. Like I said, it's hard to explain, but to be quite honest, I'm not a huge fan of this track. It's definitely got a good beat, but I just can't really get into it. It's not my thing, I guess. I don't know. Now, the title track, Detour, featuring Emmylou Harris, on the other hand, is a song I actually really like. It basically sounds just like an old-timey country song, which all of them do, but with Cyndi's vocals. So yeah, this one definitely gets solid passive approval from me. Whatever the hell that means, I know really nobody even cares because who the fuck's watching this shit? I'm sorry, I need to calm down. So anyway, moving on to Misty Blue, which might be my favorite, one of my favorites, next to Detour. Definitely a smoother, jazzy tune. I actually really like this one as well. It's semi-comparable to At Last, which is a very good thing. At Last, if you don't know, is a song that was like released. It's a Cyndi Lauper song. Obviously, released in like 2003, so like, you know, roughly 12 years or so, 12, 13 years before this album. Just because it's slow and she hits high notes, and I mean, like I said, it's Cyndi Lauper, so you kind of have to expect that. But it's a slower, more drawn out kind of song. It's a dramatic song. Cyndi just kills the vocals in this one, in Misty Blue, and in, of course, At Last. So there you go. Now this next song, you might know. This is one, basically, the one that I was kind of talking about earlier, where you might know it even if you don't really listen to this kind of music, and that is Heartaches by the Number. To be completely honest, I was actually kind of skeptical on putting this track in the review, but I decided to go ahead and do so because this is a fairly big song from the olden days. Most of these are, but this one especially.
I got heartache by the numbers, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more.
And also, this song was in Fallout New Vegas, which is a video game with a huge ass, a giant ass fan base. So really, it's kind of neat that Cyndi decided to cover it. And not to mention, she covers it very well. I'm not disappointed here at all with this one. I actually kind of prefer it to the original. It's weird. I don't know. So, but that's kind of rare for that to happen. But yeah, I definitely prefer it over the original one. I don't even know who the hell it's by. So the next is Nightlife featuring Willie Nelson. Okay, so this one is cool because it's Cyndi teaming up with one of the biggest country singing titans of all time to cover this song. But other than that, the song is really just alright. I'm sorry, my phone's going off. Other than that, the song is kind of really just alright. Nothing spectacular going on, but it does have a good tune to it.
Evening sun goes down, you will find me hanging round. The nightlife ain't the good life, but it's my life.
And many people just like me, dreaming of old used to be. And the nightlife ain't no good life, but it's my life.
The next one I kind of like because, well, for one, it's called You're the Reason Our Kids Are Ugly, which is pretty straight up. And it is featuring Vince Gill, which is another huge singer that Sin decided to team up with for a song.
Oh yeah.
You're the reason I'm riding round on a recap tire.
Hey, you're the reason I'm hanging clothes outside on wires.
You're the reason our kids are ugly, little darling. But looks ain't everything, and money ain't everything. But I love you just the same.
A song in which the two are kind of arguing, well, not really arguing, maybe bickering back and forth at each other in a singing tone. It's actually kind of humorous, and like I have been doing, I'll give you a little taste of that here.
You know, Vinny,
Yes,
not for nothing, honey. You know them shorts you wear every day?
sure.
Yeah, could we retire them and maybe get a different pair of maybe long pants? Ain't it chilly?
Well, take a look at your own self. That mirror's a good thing. Just maybe take them curlers out your hair, put on a little bit of makeup.
Listen, the curlers make it poofy. It's a natural look.
Then that house coat looks like 1962.
It's a moo-moo. It's vintage, okay?
Oh, it's a move.
Listen, I look natural, like a model in Vogue.
Oh, yeah, you're a model. What do
Yeah.
you model? Gloves?
Hey,
I still love you, baby.
well, I love you too, Vin. Oh well, you're my BFF. That's just the way it is.
Big fat what?
I Want to Be a Cowboy Sweetheart featuring Jewel is the next and the last one that I will be talking about. And it's unfortunate we have to end on this one, only because this is the type of country song I'm not a big fan of at all. I mean, if you like the old yodeling country songs, then this is probably your freaking jam here. But this song has Jewel in it, who sounds like, of course, a professional yodeler and probably can sing fairly well too. I'm not completely against it, like I said, but it's still not my cup of tea.
I wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. I wanna learn to rope and ride. I wanna ride on the plains and the desert, west of the Great Divide. I wanna hear the coyotes howl as the sun sinks in the west.
That said, it's really only fair, and otherwise kind of expected, when you think about it, to have this kind of country song in an album full of nothing but covers of country songs. Well played, Cyndi. Well played.
I wanna strum my guitar and yodel-a-dee-dee-oh, that's the life I love. Come on, Judy.
So, of course, I didn't really get to all 12 tracks on this album, but I feel that I went through enough to have an accurate, grade on it, and to give you enough of an idea of what this album is like. So let's move on to the results. Considering I really only complained about one song, which was the last one, out of the 12 that are on the album, and I left out a few other songs because I didn't feel really any certain type of way. I could go either way about them, which isn't a bad thing, obviously. It's just kind of neutral at that point. So, and of course, I had nothing but good things to say about the other remaining songs. So considering all that, I feel this album rightfully deserves a B average or an 8.5 out of 10. It's just really cool to see Cyndi still experimenting around and not failing drastically. Not that she ever really did, but not everyone else can do that. Not everybody else can say that they can experiment with stuff when they're, at the time, she's like 62 or whatever. She's like 65 or 66 now, so yeah. Nobody can really, not nobody, but not a lot of people, not a lot of artists, no matter how big you are, can really say that they're still experimenting around and trying different genres, especially at that age, and still nailing it, and you know, doing a pretty good job at it. So I really admire her for that. So yeah, you should definitely pick up the album Detour by Cyndi Lauper. Like I said, as you can tell, I really like this album. Obviously, I like her original stuff better, but still, I can't complain with this one either. I should go ahead and show you that I have a special Barnes & Noble exclusive limited edition on blue vinyl. So I'll go ahead and show that to you now. It's actually really nice. It's beautiful, actually. Let's go ahead and show you that. It's like a blue marble, sky blue marble kind of looking thing. So yeah, that's awesome. And on the back in the middle is a picture of Cyndi herself in some woods in the country. So anyway, that's about it. And also, if you do want to buy the album, I'll put links in the description to Amazon in the description below. Also, if you have any requests, any at all, for albums that you think I should check out and review, of course, put them in the comments below. And also, I have other info on the album. Will be in the description below. So, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think. And anything else you want to tell me, comments. And I will definitely see you guys later. See ya.